moly, it is warm. Right, we're gonna talk about some empties. It's been a minute. I have a box of empties. I've been throwing them away like a terrible YouTuber. And then a few weeks ago, I realised I was using up a lot of kind of half empty moisturisers because I was really trying to condense what I had and just specifically for like space and storage wise. And I thought I really need to keep these for an empties video. So we have quite a few moisturisers in here and we're going to start with one of them. It's not that long ago I bought this. I went through it really quickly. The Aveeno Skin Relief. I bought this specifically because my legs were so itchy. So if you've been following along this itchiness journey, I'm not 100% certain what was causing the itchiness. It happens from time to time. I'm an itchy person. I don't particularly suffer with dry skin and I moisturise regularly, so I don't know totally what it is. Someone suggested that I needed to change my washing powder recently, which was a really good shout. So I'm going to try that. But it's not all the time. It's definitely more in the summertime. I think it's shaving related because although I am like an itchy person, it's specific to my legs and really specific to my thighs. Stop shaving almost immediately, no itching. Really, really tried to not shave. I can't do it. Can't shave. I mean, this is just my thighs, but I just couldn't do it. Tried to epilate. That was super painful and I just wasn't getting the feel on my legs that I wanted. They were rough all the time. Not stubbly, but like rough. The skin, no matter how much I exfoliated beforehand. I watched so many videos about exfoliating, about epilating. It just wasn't for me. And so I'm back to shaving, which is annoying, but I did find this was quite soothing while I used it. I'm not sure, I mean, I went through a lot of this very, very quickly. I'm not sure that I would buy it again because it wasn't like, wow, oh my God, this is amazing. And it wasn't the cheapest moisturiser in the world and I would need to use more of it than, you know, cost per wear, it wasn't particularly affordable. But it was fine. If you're using it like a normal amount, then you might like that. Okay, another moisturiser was the Cerave Moisturising Lotion. I used some of this and Milo used some of this because he got contact dermatitis during the, I won't say during lockdown, but probably since Christmas, past 6 months, he was really obsessively washing his hands. He's still kind of on that now. Obsessively washing his hands and won't dry them because if you dry them, then you're touching something and your hands aren't clean and he feels like he's getting fibres on his hands and then the fibres get onto his food. It's an issue, but from time to time he was getting these, it was contact dermatitis, so we were told. And it was like scaly and it would sometimes bleed and crack. And someone told us this was really, really good for it. And it was. This is the Cerave Moisturising Lotion for dry to very dry skin. And this was really nice, and so was Leighton, and he was using that in the bath. Basically everything that's designed or pushed towards people with eczema was really, really great for the issues that he had. I used this, it was nice, but again, expensive for what it was, and I don't think it was any better for my itchiness than most other things, because it's not dryness. I'm not like scaly and dry and rough, it's just itchiness. I didn't feel like it was worth it. But if you do have those issues, it really worked for Milo. Ameliorate. Every time I say Ameliorate, I want to call it Ameliorate. I don't know why. Transforming body lotion. I like this. The scent is fine. People have a problem with the scent. It doesn't bother me at all. It's effective. It's basically like a peel, kind of. It's like an exfoliant in a moisturiser. It's nice. I use this on my legs, not after shaving because they will sting like a mother. Acid, effectively, on your legs after shaving, don't do it. The days that you're not shaving, use this. I also used it on my arms. I've got a specific one from Mamma Mia that I like to use on my chest. But for my arms and my legs, I do really like this. This was sent to me, but I have purchased in the past and I would buy it again. I'm trying quite a few at the moment. And I did do a video on exfoliating moisturisers and body lotions and things if you're interested. Speaking of exfoliating acids, I went through another one of these. I don't really use this anymore. I use the very, very last of this on my body. I put it in a spray bottle and I spritz it on my arms and my chest and things. Not so much in this kind of weather because it makes you more susceptible to the sun. But just putting it out there, I do quite like this on my body as well. And I like to put it on my back because I'm still prone to breakouts and things from back in the day. Used to have acne all over my arms, my chest and my back. Still definitely a trigger for me. At the moment, I've got like a heat rash starting at my neck, all coming down here. I can see the little pimply bits. I've also got them on my forehead. So and as soon as I started seeing them, like here, I was like, like teenage flashbacks. So I do use this on my body, and that's how I've used it up. The reason I'm not using it at the moment is I'm using other things. So I've got other active ingredients in my skincare. I don't feel like I want to overload. I'm using retinol every single day. I'm using sometimes moisturizers and things with lactic acid. I just don't want to use this right now, but I do have another one. This was obviously sent to me because it has my name on it. This I really liked. This was the Simple Hydrating Booster. It's something that you are supposed to put in with your moisturizer. So you're supposed to, is that right? Maybe I'm making this up. Okay, so there's 3 ways to use it. As a hydrating primer layer, so you can put it all over the face before your moisturizer. As a booster, add a few drops to your favorite moisturizer. For very dry or dehydrated areas, apply directly as needed before applying the moisturizer, which I feel like is the same as step 1 or use 1. But it was nice. It's supposedly concentrated, which is why it's so teeny tiny. And when I did get a little too much sun at the beginning of the very hot weather a few months ago, it was really, really soothing because I had some redness on my chest. It was quite hilarious because I SPF 50 on my face every single day. And during kind of the colder months, I've been a bit slapdash, like on my face, bring it down my neck, do my chest. And then the first really, really sunny day where I was outside, I can't remember, I think it was gardening. And obviously I got it on my shoulders, wasn't thinking. But you could specifically see where I'd gone with my SPF 50 because I'd done this and just this, and you could see the finger marks. So I had like white here, and then this is where it started to go red. And just these areas where it was really quite red, it really took the heat out. I think it was very soothing. This I've had for ages. I don't even know if you can get this anymore. I finally used it up. I honestly don't think it did anything at all. This is the Leighton Denny Well Healed Intensive Foot Mask. Again, it's supposed to be like an exfoliating daily treatment. I was putting this on my feet, and I'm pretty diligent with foot care. That always sounds terrible. I'm like once every 2 weeks is what I'm saying. How do you say that? Once every week or so, I give myself a full pedicure. So like soak my feet, scrub my feet, buff my feet, do my nails, and moisturize, do the whole thing, and like leave it for as long as possible without having to walk around. And so I feel like I should have been seeing a benefit from this. Like my feet they're not really, really terrible, but I wasn't seeing any results from using this of a nighttime. In the morning, my feet didn't feel any different. I tend to get quite dry and hard skin on my feet, which is why I'm so on it, because I walk around with no shoes on all the time. So I just was kind of expecting more. It's a relatively upmarket brand. It's not a particularly cheap product, or it wasn't at that point, and I just wasn't impressed. I'm using something else that I'm going to talk about in my Friday Fix and Fails that I'm really liking. I got these. I was getting some for the kids. Ella said she wanted to try some multivitamins. They were in some kind of offer that was like 3 for whatever. So of course, instead of just buying the ones that Ella wanted, I thought, well, we may as well take advantage of the offer because it's not cheap to get multivitamins. So I got her one, me one, and Milo one, which definitely didn't save me money. I could have just bought the ones for Ella. This is a spendaholic lesson. They were fine. They tasted nice. I don't think multivitamins do anything. I think if you want a specific, if you're like deficient in something specific, like I could probably do with some vitamin D, then I think I need to take that. I don't think this made any difference whatsoever. I'm contemplating starting to take some like skin and nails ones, just as a bit of a test to see what happens, because I've never taken that before. I've never really taken any kind of vitamins or supplements until these, which were, I wasn't particularly careful about taking them every day, truth be told. So if anyone can recommend any specific supplements that you actually think do something for you, please do. Oh, I found this. I was going through my skincare, and I threw a lot of skincare away, like really old skincare that I didn't even feel like I had anything to say about at this point. I just held on to the last dregs of things for so long, and I really had a big cull. a week or so ago, but I just pulled this out because I just remember thinking this was just not good, and I think it's still available. It's the Ordinary Vitamin C Suspension. It's one of the first vitamin C products that I tried, and it's really gritty, very like textured. And I remember looking it up, and people were saying like high end versus low end. The low end stuff tends to be this kind of textured, not so great, and that it was unstable and all of this thing. And so I used half of it, and the stuff I was reading about it, I just thought, well, then what's the point? It doesn't seem like it's going to do anything. I don't think I saw any results from it whatsoever, but the texture wasn't nice. So I'm just putting it out there. I wanted to mention it. If you're into vitamin C, I'd love to know if some of you have tried this and loved it. But there's been plenty of other vitamin C things that I've liked since then that I thought were really good. Okay, last things. CoLab Dry Shampoo Black Violet. Didn't hate this. I'm not usually a fan of dry shampoos that aren't Batiste because most of them don't do anything for me. I get very oily hair. I'm coming to the conclusion it's not just oiliness, and I'm really a little bit fearful for menopause because as soon as it's warm, as soon as I get a little bit sweaty, and it doesn't even have to be that hot of a day, I tend to run hot. And you can tell in pictures usually if it's a warm day or if I've had a drink. Because if I have a glass of wine, it feels like my head starts to sweat. I see pictures of myself. We've gone for dinner with friends or whatever, and I know if I've had a glass of wine because the front of my hair starts to like look a little bit limp because I'm convinced this is it. It's not just oil. I'm just hot. I'm hot. I'm just super hot. And so I feel like my hair never feels totally clean after the first like half day. And so I am a bit of a dry shampoo freak. Not when I'm staying at home. I mean, if you watch my vlogs at all, you've seen me with less than fresh hair on a regular basis. I don't use dry shampoo, I would say, more than once a week. If I'm going to film, then I'll blast it. If I'm going to go out, I don't want to wash my hair straight away, then I'll blast it. But it's not, like if I'm just staying home and working, then I don't. But I did quite like this. Not necessarily for like really hardcore, probably need to wash your hair, but you haven't got time days, but for the like second day where maybe it's a bit because you're sweaty because it's summertime, I think it's quite good. It's just not hardcore like my Batiste and my beloved Stay Clean or whatever it was called, the pink one from Lee Stafford that's now been discontinued, but I am told you can find in Home Bargains. I haven't gone for it because I just think I need to move on with my life. If it's not going to be available, I need to find a replacement. But apparently it is available in Home Bargains. Lastly, I used up my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, still my favourite. I'm going to talk about the other version, the matte version, in my Friday Faves and Fails this week. But I really do still massively rate this. And if you haven't tried it yet, if you've never heard me talk about it before, basically that powdery feeling that you get, or the powdery look that you get when you've just put on all of your makeup and it's kind of like a little bit heavy, you spray it on, it's number one, the most beautiful, perfect mist. Just like a continuous mist. It's not like a spur, it's a mist. It's not even a spray. Beautiful. Spray around your face, let it settle for a second, and it just melts everything together and it just looks like your skin, makes everything look so natural and beautiful. I can't tell you that it makes everything last longer, but I can tell you that it makes everything look amazing immediately. Like as soon as you put it on, you don't have to wait for some oil to be produced to kind of get that natural glow. It's just there straight away. And I'll never be without it. I have lots and lots of backups because I bought some in the sale. And that's it for my empties. It feels like an absolute minute since I filmed one of these. Also, when Mum and Dad moved out and we moved into the rest of the house, I didn't film often in the same room as Manny anymore, and I always used to. And several people said they missed him. So I hope that you've enjoyed Manny snoring directly under the camera throughout this video. And I will see you guys on Friday with my faves and fails. Bye!